Hello everybody, my name is Petr Koutný. Let's follow, let's enjoy and let's watch the game of the round number 2 FIDE Candidates Tournament. White is Nakamura, black is Radjabov, and this game was important for Nakamura because Nakamura lost in the first round, and if he still believed that he could be next world chess champion, he need to strike a full point, and he managed. Well done to him. So let's speak about this position because we are in the nearly opening stage where black decides to go knight d4. If you are able to split the chessboard into halves, it's good to watch every opponent piece inside of your territory because every this piece is your danger. And it's not healthy to leave their piece forever. So for this reason, Nakamura is taking knight on d4 immediately, and if there is another piece, it's good to say him goodbye. And Nakamura played move c3. Okay, bishop to b6 happened and d4. That's an interesting move, and just imagine that you don't know theory. Looks like black is winning pawn. So maybe it's a good time to show this variation why black is not taking his pawn. So let's watch the variation. Say black is taking on d4. Anyway, if you will like this video, feel free and press like, and if I am right and you will enjoy this video, press follow and make me happy. Thank you very much, and let's come back. So we are back in this variation where I told you that white it's not worried to lose a pawn because he will play move e5. Okay, black is taking on c3. Now white is taking back on c3 and queen e7. It's a maybe nice move because this pawn is pinned, but not forever because white is going for a short castle, knight d5 and bishop to c4. And watch this position. Still, maybe you don't believe that white got full compensation for missing pawn, but yes, he got. For example, knight f4, a4, and the threat is a5, knight f3, another threat is to win this knight on f4. So knight e6, knight d4, and after this exchange, I'm sure that you agree with me that white is happy. Two bishops in the game, center and activity. So this is a maybe hard position for black, and because we are watching a really important tournament where only winner is taking the bank, it's important first, safety first. So for this reason, I understand why Radjabov played move c6. Now white is taking on e5, and after this exchange we are watching interesting position. Yes, black is happy owner of two bishops, and two bishops are sometimes a strong weapon, but at the other side watch black's pawn weaknesses. d7 pawn is weak, maybe b5 pawn is weak, at least there is a double pawn on b7. How to play this position if I'm black? It's important to think about move d5, even if black will be pawn down. Doesn't matter. It's important to be active and not to sit and to wait till white will win these weaknesses. So that's a plan, but of course that's only plan. Now let's watch this game because white played short castle, black played the same move and queen h5. It's good to attack opponent weaknesses. And if you are going to attack opponent weaknesses and your opponent is going to decide to save or to defend these weaknesses, that means one side is active and the second side is passive. It's clever to be active. So now, up to engine, the best move is d5, and it's nice. You know, still a d7 pawn is a weak pawn, and you know, it will be weak forever. So even it's one pawn, this move has advantages. For example, it's going to open lines for dark line squares. Bishop is going to open lines for rooks, and still this pawn, it's only weakness. But black played queen c6, and it's funny to watch this queen because this queen is going to move another time. Everybody know that it's not healthy to play twice with the same piece, and maybe everybody know that queen is going to the game at the latest, not the first. So yes, black is going to break nearly all rules, but don't worry, black is strong chess player, so he know what he's playing now. rook e1 happened and knight f3. Still, it's a big issue what black will play with this pawn, or how he will defend this pawn, because this pawn is the biggest weakness, and he decides to move d5. That's nice. That's nice, and maybe it's something to learn from this game. If we got a weakness, we have to decide if we leave this weakness or if we are going to defend this weakness. I know this is a hard decision, but this is an important decision. So, okay, what to play? Best answer, I'm sure that is to take by a queen. But of course, maybe black will play bishop to e6, and yes, still extra pawn for white, that's nice, but two bishops for black, that's maybe compensation. It's a big question if white is able to win this position, or if black will hold this position without any difficulties. I don't know, but still, this was an option what white was not interesting to play. So let's come back, because white took by a pawn. One exchange makes sense, and queen c4. h3 is a window for a king, and no more checkmates on the first round, and bishop to d7, queen f3, and rook e8. So yes, now let's speak about compensation, and if black's got stronger active pieces than white, I'm sure that that is some kind of compensation, and still black's got two bishops. So for this reason, Nakamura played bishop to e3, and he is interesting to at least exchange one of them. So okay, this exchange happened, and here white's got another weakness. So okay, maybe d5 is not such a weak pawn, but I think that is it weak. But e3 is now big weakness. Rook e5 happened. Maybe f6 is another option, but rook e5 happened, and of course this pawn is under attack. And if white is playing rook e d1, he's losing maybe pawn on a2. But black played move f6. White played move d6, and queen d5. So black is going to offer a queen exchange, and now this is a nice picture, because maybe let's speak about endgame. Lots of people, if they are playing in middle game, they are thinking only about middle game, but a strong chess player is thinking often about endgame. You know, even endgame is too far. They are still asking if this endgame will be nice to me, or if this endgame will be lost for me, and they are still thinking which piece is good to exchange, which piece is good to keep, and which endgame we like to play. Because, for example, here white played rook d1, of course, he came for this endgame. Even he's going to lose this weakness. As you could see, nobody loves weaknesses, and nobody love to keep weaknesses in the endgame. So white doesn't mind to lose this pawn, and he's going to play nice maneuver. He's going to play rook d5, then rook c5, and rook c7. That's nice, you know, if you remember what Aron Nimzowitsch learned, lots of chess player. He told that rook belong to open or in the semi-open file, and the best, if you can, go for a 7th rank. There is the rook super strong. So exactly now looks like Nakamura is following Aron Nimzovich's idea. That's good. So happened rook d5, f6, rook c5, and knight should go one day to d4, rook e6, rook c7. That's funny, because we know that this is exactly nearly 100 years old plan coming from Nimzowitsch, and rook d6, rook b7, a6. Okay, let's speak about this position. Nearly more often is a knight not such a strong like a bishop in the open position, but still maybe knight is superior to bishop, because square on d4 is on dark square, and nobody has a power to say something not nice to this knight. Okay, what another information we could get from this position, it's this pawn formation. So black's got pawn majorities on the right side of the chessboard, and white is owner of pawn majorities on the left side of the board. So still, I'm coming back to Nimzovich. Nimzovich told that if you got pawn majorities, you have to go forward. You have to push these pawns forward, and your plan is to make a fast pawn. So that's exactly what's going on. Even this position is maybe level, and up to engine this is a level position. If we still believe that we are human and we are playing and we are going to accept lots of mistakes and not only the best moves, this position is interesting and still is open because there is lots of play and lots of life. So what's happened? H5. Okay, black is going to push his more pawns on the right side. H4, G5, G3, and King F7. So okay, this endgame is still interesting, but I still prefer a white. Knight on d4 is a super strong knight, and I don't know if his power is only compared to knight. Maybe it's not far from the power of the rook. Uh, King e3 and rook d5. Looks like nothing happened, but step by step both players are going to improve their pieces. Both players are going to find for at least some sign of advantage, and both players are playing for a chance to be world chess champion. Rook a7 happened, and rook d6. No, just watch this rook, how is great on a 7 rank, and that's exactly how is nice to play with the rook. b3, the time to push another pawn majorities, and why know it. So bishop to e6 and rook c7. Black has to wait. There is no more active moves for black, and black has to wait how white will play this position. Of course, white is not interesting to exchange these minor pieces because, as we know, knight is much more stronger than this bishop. So what to play? It's exactly hard position because one mistake is giving bad position to black, and this was not the best move because this move is giving chance white to go rook c6. Okay, rook e5 and bishop to d7. That's nearly lost because white won a pawn. This is an extra pawn, and even it's hard to win this game, and we will see lots of moves still. Only white is playing for win. So it was a mistake. It's a okay. Why not to tell you that this move is move 38? So probably it was their time pressure, and time is important, of course. So we are not engines. We are humans. So we are playing under pressure, time pressure, and we are making mistakes. So mistake happened here. And Nakamura is playing for win. So still, and it's too far to say that white is winning, but white is winning soon. So bishop to c8, rook d8, and bishop to g4, rook d5, bishop to c8, and sooner or later there will be another pawn on b5 because black's got two big weaknesses, or maybe f6 is not such a weak as a b5, and if this b5 is falling down, there is three dangerous pass pawn, and these three pass pawns, if they are going forward, they are stronger and stronger, and that's exactly what's happened. Bishop to d7, bishop is under attack one more time, and okay, players are playing lots of moves. Okay, this is not such interesting to speak about every move. It's good to move it for another interesting position. So I'm betting till Nakamura will take pawn on b5. So still there, and now he took a pawn. So yes, we are exactly in this position. These three pass pawns, if they are going forward, they are winning. You know, every line forward, they are stronger and stronger. And black took on h4. knight d4. Still, knight is much more stronger than bishop on e8. And let's go on. Maybe bishop f7 is an option, and yes, still white has to prove that he knows how to win this position, and it's not a simple job because remember that black's got two pass pawn as well, so black's got a threat as well, so it's not easy to say that white is winning. Yes, it's not far from winning, but black is still a strong player and he's still playing. So what happened? We are watching the game. Rook h2, now c4. That's nice to go forward, and now lots of moves there, and a4. This pawn is too quick, and this pawn, if it's going, if it's running, it's a winning pawn. So okay, another checks and rook c1, a5, and this is a hard position to evaluate. You know, every move make a different, every move make a problem, and it's a hard position for both players. You know, one mistake, black is losing, one mistake and white is not winning. So this is a hard position, and we are lucky to not play this position. We are lucky to watch this position. I hope that you agree with me that this is a nice and interesting game where lots of chances and lots of moves. So maybe you still love this video, and if I'm right, feel free and press like and press follow. Let's help me. Thank you very much. So, okay, what's happened? King h5, f2, g4, rook f8, and h3. Okay, that's a piece. That's a piece, and it's now important to one more time to see all variation if h2 pawn is winning pawn or if it's a losing pawn, because there is white is piece down, white is piece up. So it's important to see if this h2 pawn is a winning or if no hope and this pawn is not winning. So it was fast for me. I have to come back. So what we saw, okay, I'm lost, so never mind. My chess base make me a little bit nervous, but we saw this variation, never mind, we are going to repeat. And now rook g7, that's the answer. And since now white is winning, no hope. So okay, if black is going to h4, that's of course a winning position because extra piece. And if it's going to f4, that's happened, is a check, and knight g3, and of course no way, no, never black has got chance to win. Okay, few check, why not? And a6, a7, and even here white is winning. So extra piece, strong a7 pawn, and nice victory of Hikaru Nakamura. If you are supporting Hikaru Nakamura, if you like his streams, you are happy. If you are supporting Radjabov, you are not such a happy fan, but never mind. This afternoon is another game, another chance, and who knows, maybe you will see another victories or nice chess. We are at the end of this video, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I did my best, so thank you very much one more time, and see you soon. Bye bye.